I'm joined by Pieter Rossouw, who's obviously a coach for Paarl Gym, but also the organizer of the Noord Rugbytoernooi. Pieter, just tell us how the tournament initially came about.
Well, it started 6 years ago when I was sitting at a table here with some friends, and they were keen to sponsor the event. They actually wanted to have a North-South festival or tournament, and I said to them, listen, it can't be too difficult to organize. Which I realized was very difficult in the beginning because of all the Easter festivals that was already going on. So and basically that's how it started. And I went to Menlyn Park for the first time. They weren't invited to any festival, so I asked them if they were prepared to host the first festival. And the first festival was basically Menlyn Park, Waterkloof, Paarl Gym and Harry Smith. And so we struggled to get really good teams in the beginning, and it took a while. And this year we had 7 teams from the north and 7 teams from the south, and all really good schools and really good teams. So we're very fortunate at this stage where the tournament are.
Well, at last count, the South was leading 10-8. So you've done a great job in matching the teams this week.
Yes, obviously, we want to go to a tournament or a festival where you don't really want teams to win the other team or beat the other team by 70 points. But over the 2-3 years I've been involved with North-South, the rugby has really improved, the coaching has improved, the level has improved, the second team players and second team performances has improved, and so it's been a lot more competitive this year, which is very good for the tournament.
What was the thinking behind adding the second teams this year?
Well, the reason why we started this tournament, or what I felt there was lacking with all the other tournaments and festivals, is the fact that the other festivals you have to play 3 games and you basically get 1 rest day. So the North-South tournament is different in the way that you only have to play 2 games and you have 2 rest days in between. And because I was a second team player at school level, I decided, listen, but I really want to have the second teams here as well, because a lot of the time, festivals were only cater for the first team. So that's why I wanted to have the second teams, and it became actually a big hit with all the coaches, because in the beginning of the year they still trying to settle on combinations and find out who their best players are to play for the for the first team for that specific year. So that's basically what our tournament is different from all the other tournaments, and it's been really good for us.
So you are one of the best examples that if you play second team at school, you can still go on to play for the Springboks.
Definitely, and that's what I try to tell all the kids. We're also at Paarl Gymnasium, because a lot of the kids come there, they play A team at their various schools, at primary school, and they suddenly they're in a C team or a B team, and they lose confidence or hope. So we basically have the philosophy at our school. We want to coach all the kids there as good as possible, but still have the belief that they can still play first team for their school, or even make it as a professional rugby player. And there's a lot of examples in just our school of players who haven't played first team or played second team, who became really good Springboks or professional rugby players. So so that's a dream we want to sell to the kids.
Would you just like to talk about your sponsors and what they've brought to the week?
Barloworld Menlyn's been with us for the first from the beginning. They're the title sponsor and the main sponsor. So without them, it will not be possible to have this tournament. They in the beginning, they stuck with the tournament, even though we struggled in the beginning to get it off the ground. So I'm glad to give back to them. This year we have a lot of sponsors involved. We've got Articavia Orde or Articavia Resorts, who are also a big sponsor with us, which helped us to get to help pay for the South School's accommodation and meals. And then we have Twizza as a cool drink sponsor. We have Spur, who's helping us to give burgers to the players on specific days. We have who else is involved? We've got not now attorneys who are helping out with all the organisation with the tournament. We've got School Sport Live who's live streaming the event, which is really good for us, and everybody loves it to watch. So if you can't be here, you can watch the game wherever you want to, and that's really good for us.
You spent many success.
Oh, sorry, there's another one. We've got Intercape, and you know Intercape, you know they're one of our big sponsors in terms of the fact that they pick up the kids at the airport and they bring the kids and obviously take them back to the airport, which obviously is a big cost saving for us. So and we hope we can give them a lot of exposure for that.
Andries, we've had a lekker few days here at Garsfontein. Your general impression of the rugby so far?
Well, it's been absolutely brilliant. The talent out here is amazing. The teams are all playing really well. It's great to have both the first and the second teams here. So you see a lot of the youngsters that are in grade 11 that wouldn't necessarily make the first team, but are still good enough to play rugby as a profession one day going forward. So, you know, all in all, it's been fantastic. It's really one of the top schoolboy rugby tournaments in South Africa.
Just here, the North-South Festival, obviously extremely competitive. Your match the other day, you drew with Alma Mater, and you've seen some teams who aren't the traditional powerhouses really starting to make a name for themselves on the schoolboy scene.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more emphasis on schoolboy rugby, and I think sides like Alma Mater, etc., you know, they're starting to build systems and create a good rugby culture. So it's great for rugby, and the schoolboy rugby is very competitive, but you know, we've got to make sure that we keep on with our processes and keep developing and staying in tune with the game. And I think we're going to slowly start doing that. We need to get some structures in place. But, you know, if you looked at day one, at halftime, you couldn't say who was going to win the game. So, brilliant rugby to watch and very exciting, and it's been done really well, the competition.
Of course, it also gives the guys playing second team, and even a few third team players who are on the bench for the second team, a chance to experience a great festival like this.
Yeah, it's important. I think any boy that goes to school and wants to play rugby should have the opportunity to tour, and we all enjoyed it and we all have great memories from it. So touring is part of the rugby culture, and our system, we have a first and seckies, and we train, we coach together, so we have a squad system. So for us, it's part of we build a family like that, and it's been great to have the 35 guys together and spend quality time together.